Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video here today from P's World titled "Modern Woman Was Fired Seconds After Posting This TikTok." And without any spoilers, this is another example of how spoiled and entitled so many of these modern women are. Today's video was suggested to me by Matrix of Madness. I'm going to leave both of their channels linked in the pinned comments, so make sure you go and subscribe to these guys. Don't forget to leave your own thoughts and comments, and let's jump right into the video.
Like, I don't care if I get fired because of this. There's no way I would, but like, if any of my managers are watching this, keep scrolling. There's a few things that like different customers have said to me that have made me think like, girl, you're at a Chili's. 1.
This woman can't even count from 1 to 4, yet carries herself as if she's better than the people who gave her the job in the first place. It is ironic how some people feel entitled to look down on others despite their own glaring shortcomings.
Lemon in your water? This is a Chili's. It's not going to make the water better, and it's not going to make the cup clean. 2. You want your steak butterflied? Am I saying that right? I don't know what that is. You're at a Chili's. I'm going to tell them what to do. They're not going to do it. And while we're at it, 3, I'm asking you how you want your steak cooked. It doesn't matter. It's a nicety. This is me being polite. You're going to get what you get. It will either be bleeding or overdone. Like, just, why are you getting a steak here? 3, you're telling me the bathroom's dirty? What isn't? This is a Chili's. So many times a day, I just want to say, hey, you're at Chili's. Hey, guess where you are? You're at Chili's. I got fired for it. My managers did not keep scrolling.
What a surprise. She posted that video for attention only to lose her job over it. Was it worth the fleeting likes and the clicks? Most would say no. At least now her position can go to someone who genuinely values it and needs it.
Girl, why are you tripping? You can now go hang out with your hoe-ass friends in peace! Oh my god! Like, you're single. Remember that outfit that if you put on, you were seeking attention, yada yada yada? You could put it on now because you're single. I'm so proud of you, sis. Congratulations. Oh my god. No more, oh, be home at this time or else. Dun, dun, dun. You don't even gotta come home. You're single. You can stay out. Like, the saying be single, ready, and mingle. No, it should have been single and free. Single and free. I don't even want to mingle. I am traumatized. I just want to be free. Like, it really gives inmate vibes. It gives jail vibes. Like, I am so sorry, inmate number 227. Stand up. You are free to go. You are free to go.
Isn't it funny how some women encourage each other to make reckless decisions only to turn around and blame men when the consequences catch up? It's a pattern we see far too often, and it is hard to take them seriously.
I'm not sharing my 20s with a child. I am not sharing my 20s with a baby. I refuse. Once I become a mom, I'll be a mom for the rest of my life. So why rush it? I am not sharing my 20s with a child. Akibatli, angizi, angfuni. I am not sharing my 20s with a child. A child will find me in my 30s. And if you say, oh no, then you'll be too old to give birth, I'll pray the prayer of Hannah and God will grant me a child. But I am not sharing these years of my life with a child. I am not willing to shift and do what and delay because of a child. So I am not sharing my 20s with a child. And these, I had baby fever the whole year. But I just had to hold it in because I am not sharing. Whether I afford it, whether I do not, I am not sharing my 20s with no baby. Angibati.
She really thinks she deserves a man to settle down with after wasting her youth chasing other things. The reality is that most men aren't going to invest in someone who didn't value her prime years wisely.
Well, 3:30, ain't slept a fucking wink. So, well, at least my bed's made. And all them lot are still sleeping. And this is what happens when you work away and they're working a lot of fucking hours to provide for your family just to find out that they've been fucking cheating. Yeah, work my fucking ass off for my family. They found out last night wife's been fucking cheating.
If this man didn't have his wife sign a prenup before tying the knot, he might be in serious trouble down the line. While prenups aren't foolproof, not having one leaves him completely vulnerable in divorce.
So fuck knows now. That's it. You know, the kids have gone absolutely fucking mad, which is understandable. But whether I'm going to carry on doing this job or not, because my laddie wants to call me, I'm not sure what daughter's doing. She's old enough, I think she'll end up moving to boyfriends. But yeah, cheers Angie. 17 fucking years of grafting and shit, and you do this to me. Brilliant.
And these same women will demand that their partners do half of the housework after working all day, as if their husbands have been lounging around. It's unreasonable to expect equality only when it is convenient for you.
All right, if you're a single lesbian and you hear what I'm about to say, let me just say this. Do not drop your pin, your location, your age, your dating status, what you're looking for. I don't want to hear that right now. I'm looking for like real answers only. Why is it that single lesbians consistently say that they cannot find each other and the dating pool is dry? Why is that? Now, if you're from a small town, I completely understand that there might not be that many queer people where you live, and I get it. But like, I lived in LA, San Francisco, Atlanta, now in Tampa, Philly, like all these places where everybody's saying the same thing. And so here's what I'm seeing. Y'all can tell me how y'all feel about this. If we're just at home, we don't congregate. When we do go to like day parties, clubs, bars, whatever, we show up with our friends. We talk to and dance and drink with them all night, and then we go home. People aren't talking to each other.
These ladies are the same women who insist life without men would be easier and better, yet constantly contradict themselves. The irony is as exhausting as their endless complaints.
Talking about this to somebody the other day. So what's the deal? Like, what do we actually want? What is like the best way for women to actually meet and be able to like make connections and find each other? Because people are trying, right? There's platforms out there. People are trying to connect people. There's a billion posts on TikTok where it's like, drop your location, drop what you're looking for. Like, does that actually work? Has anyone actually ever responded to one of those posts and you're like, oh, we go together now? Probably not. So I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this, because I've been throwing around some ideas around, you know, connecting people and blah, blah, blah. But like, I don't want to waste my time. I still believe in us though. I still have hope. But I need to hear from y'all. Like, what's the deal?
The same traits men dislike about certain women, women can't stand them in each other either. It's ironic. Women claim that men are the problem, but when dating each other, they still face the same struggles. Funny how that works.
I feel like a lot of women try to rewrite history too.
Yeah. When you say rewrite history, what do you mean?
They have this thing where they always talk about like black women, like we're so docile and we be pushed over and run over by men and we never had a voice. And I don't know in what history they'd have been with black men, the only group of men that ever gave their women a voice. Y'all have always listened to us. We've always been included. And then it's just also kind of like one of the things where it's so funny to me because they talk about how men are, you know, so emotionally detached and this, that, and the third, are so mean and so ruthless. And when you think about, have you sat down and talked to an older black woman like your grandma?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do she watch her tongue?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, no. No, my aunties, I'm from the country. I'm from the Delta. They don't give a about what they say. They don't watch their tongue.
When they talk
will,
to who?
anybody. If they feel a certain type of way, they get it off their chest. They don't hold their tongue. Now, they may they're more likely to not say nothing at all than to bite their tongue. And that's a huge difference.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was talking about.
They probably not say nothing at all to avoid what it could be versus bite their tongue.
Exactly. Modern women often manipulate history, twisting facts with their emotions to suit their narratives, but history isn't about feelings, it is about facts. This kind of revisionism is dangerous and misleading.
Why on God's green earth did this woman just text me and say, I fell asleep, can we reschedule? You fell asleep? You fell asleep? You fell asleep and you didn't set an alarm? guys, let's unbox it because all this is actually going back to the store. Might I add that the reason that I chose to go on a picnic is because I have a leg injury right now. And so I can't really walk that much. So I'm like, picnics don't require a lot of walking. We're gonna go on a picnic. I just left around the fucking store. Oh, I'm trying not to cuss. Oh, Jesus. I'm trying not to cuss because my mama followed me on this app. I just left around the store for you to fall asleep.
This ties back to what we've discussed. Many women struggle to get along with each other, yet they expect men to tolerate what they themselves cannot tolerate. The double standard here is absolutely staggering.
I think the part that men don't understand when it comes to women with certain standards or women that know exactly what it is that they want, they don't recognize that some of us who have our set list, our set standard, we know exactly what it is that we want because we've already failed. We've already tried marriage and it didn't work.
We all know who is at the root of most of these failing marriages, and it doesn't take much digging to see the statistics that back it up. The facts speak for themselves.
So now I want what I want, I know what I want, and I understand that by me staying within what I want and not willing to waver, that I might be alone. And I'm okay with that because I want what I want more than I want to be in a relationship. You understand what I'm saying?
Women like her try to impose absurd and unrealistic standards on men, then wonder why their relationships completely crumble. The lack of self-awareness is astounding.
I don't want a relationship above anything. I want to be happy above anything. And I understand that, and I'm willing to accept the fact that my happiness might be me by myself. And I'm okay with that. And I think a lot of men don't recognize that. A lot of women have accepted that idea that, hey, if someone else is not willing to live up to my standards, I'm okay with being alone. Because most men are not willing to be alone. Most men will settle. That's why you see them hit 40, 50, and then they're like rushing, like trying to get married to any woman that would have them because they spent their years full line, ripping and running the streets, not being kind to the women in their lives, even though they've had women bend over backwards for them.
Is she sure that she's describing men? Because everything she's saying sounds more like a description of modern women themselves. The projection is glaring.
And then, because men fare better in marriage than women. It's a fact. No matter how much men say marriage is not a benefit to them, it's literally proven. Like, there's studies on it. Like, I'm not going to argue with it. Like, the only thing men used to bring to a relationship is finances. And that's no longer the case. And y'all have not evolved yet. So...
She claims to have studies backing her statements, but I'd bet good money that if asked to provide them, she wouldn't be able to. It is all talk and absolutely no substance. With that out of the way, guys, I've got another video to break down for you titled "Woman Cries After Realizing That Men Don't Care About Her Success." It highlights how many of these so-called assets women value don't matter much to men in the context of relationships. Let's dive right in.
People patronize single women so much, and it's actually crazy. I go to so many weddings and they're like, "Oh, are you still single?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then they're like, "There's one guy, he's over there, he's single." And I'm like, "Okay, this isn't musical chairs."
No,
like,
literally.
I don't get why you would think that I would automatically want to date him just because he's single. That's literally insane.
No.
And I bet you they're not saying that to the guy, which is the most frustrating thing.
I literally pulled my best friend aside and go, am I crazy? Because I've had 5 different people try to set me up with this guy at this wedding who's in our friend group. So obviously I know him. What?
No,
also,
crazy.
I know for a fact, are people bringing up me to him like this? I wonder. Because honestly, my resume is better than his too. So what? Like,
I know. And the worst thing is I don't even think guys like care about our resume. That's the crazy part.
don't.
Absolutely. Many women fail to realize that their degrees and career accomplishments may hold weight in the workplace, but in marriage they don't carry the same importance. Men are looking for other qualities.
What you mean if you need child support, get the baby back to their daddy? What you talking about? The daddies don't be wanting them.
Correction. People like her don't want children because they value motherhood. They want them for the benefits, cash, and perks that come with having them. It is not about love, unfortunately. It is about leverage.
I remember sitting in arbitration, right? We're having this mediation conversation with the district attorney about our child support. That district attorney asked my baby daddy, how many days do you want your child? That man said Saturday and Sunday and was like, wait, no, just Sunday. That man put himself on child support. If he said 50-50, you have him 3 days, I have him 3 days, 4 days, back and forth, there would be no child support.
I don't know the details of her divorce, but this isn't how child support works in reality. It's always more complicated than these narratives make it seem.
He wouldn't have to pay me anything if we split the parenting time in half. The grown men not telling y'all they don't want the damn babies, don't want to deal with the kids, don't want to raise the kids, don't want any infant energy in their life, no toddler energy in their life. That's why they're paying child support. If they were an active father, they would not pay child support. So I'm so tired of y'all ignorant grown men on the internet saying, give the baby back. The daddy don't want him. The dad don't want to be a parent. Because 50-50 parenting would mean zero child support.
Nope, this is wrong. Most men genuinely want to be involved in their children's lives. The idea that they don't is a narrative used to justify keeping them away, and for some it is all about securing financial support.
The male loneliness epidemic is about to get so much worse. So we know that most young men are going to be voting for Donald Trump, and we know that most women in general are going to be voting for Kamala Harris. So with the incels over here, most of the girlies over here, that gap is just going to keep getting wider. Dudes are already hiding on their dating profiles if they're conservative. They already put moderate, right? They already put that because they know that women are less likely to swipe on conservatives. That's just facts, okay? So don't get your feelings all in a twist.
Here's another issue with modern womanist ideals. They rush into relationships without truly understanding the man or giving him a real chance, then blame him for their loneliness. It is a cycle of self-sabotage.
It's facts. So they're already lying, they're already manipulating, trying to get laid. Just think how desperate they're gonna be after she wins. Do you think women aren't keeping the score? Do you think women aren't gonna ask you who you voted for? In the next 5 to 10 years, when you're dating, think about this. Do you think women aren't gonna ask you who you voted for? And what do you think your chances of getting laid are if you voted for him? Think about that.
We've already seen how the elections turned out, and it's clear enough where society stands on these issues. No surprises here.
It really breaks my heart to realize that these aren't the things that society, or rather men, really want to see in a woman. Maybe I'm never meant to be with someone. Sorry, that's so crazy, but I didn't expect to cry. Wow. If all they want is someone that's simple and passive, I refuse.
Of course, she'd refuse to engage seriously. The video itself is just a cry for attention and validation. Posting it online says everything about her real priorities.
I never want myself to be that. Part of that is accepting maybe I will be alone for the rest of my life. And I am okay with that, but I think there is a level of grief to that you have to grieve the life that you thought you were gonna have. When I grew up, I always thought that I was gonna have that Disney princess kind of love.
Ah yes, the Disney princess syndrome. These women expect the fairy tale but refuse to put in the effort to make it a reality. No wonder they are still single.
I'm so proud to be the woman that I am, that I don't want to let go of that identity for a man. But that also means that I have to let go of these dreams that I have for my life, because I'll never conform.
As we've said before, modern women will go to any lengths to prove that they're better than men, even if it means ruining lives, including their own. The self-destructiveness is absolutely hilarious.
Black men are making it very clear that they love black women, but they do not like us. And that's a problem. And I think the biggest problem is we don't care. That doesn't bother you? That they don't?
Black women have progressed. Okay? It's not that we don't care and we have bad attitudes. It's that we have progressed. Okay? We're starting businesses. We're building wealth. We're leading in entrepreneurship. We're leading in home ownership. We are leading in degrees. Black women have progressed.
Men don't care about what these women own or how much they earn. Material wealth won't mask a narcissistic attitude or an unbearable personality. It is as simple as that. But that is it for today's episode, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care of yourselves, guys. Peace.